Howdy everybody, Eric the Trucker Guy. Had a little problem last night. It got cold, it got real cold. Got down to about 8 below zero out here. And first thing in the morning, the truck was gelled up. My buddy's truck was gelled up too. And he asked me, what do I do? I said, how long have you been trucking? It didn't matter, he didn't know. I'm sure there's probably a lot of other people that don't know either. Which is why I'm making the video, so that maybe I can help you out a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong that happens. Trucks got a mind of their own. I keep my truck plugged in. For whatever reason, the GFI I was plugged into got tripped, so my truck got cold. Anyway, I'll tell you the do's and don'ts. You know, you should, if you have the ability to plug your truck in. It's got an engine block heater, keeps everything a little bit warm, so it should fire up in the morning. Keeps the fuel from gelling. That should be the first thing. Park indoors if you can. Not everybody has that capability. I found sometimes parking next to a building helps. It's like a windbreak. But the last resort is leave your truck running. Now, I wouldn't recommend you doing that unless you're in the truck. Too many things would go wrong. Anyway, gelling is a major issue for the truck, and there's several things you can do to fix it. But first, you got to know that's the problem. Most guys will just hop in their truck and turn the key over. Well, if you do that, you're going to notice right away how hard it is on the motor, and about kill your batteries pretty damn quick. So the first thing I suggest people do if they think it got cold enough, to always look in the tank. Some people put gel in there, anti-gel in there the day before, which helps. It brings the freezing temperature down even further on it. But look in the tank, and what you would see is a couple things. One, if you look close enough, it looks like you're looking at 1,000,000 stars in the fuel. Those are crystals. And the other one is at the top, which should be a nice liquid color. It'll look like stained glass. That's how you know you're gelled up, is if you see the crystals or glass. And at this point, do not try to start your truck. You're going to have to solve the problem. All you're going to do is make it worse for yourself. There's a couple ways to fix the problem. First one is to get you a heater. One of those kerosene or butane or big industrial type air blower heater, and set it up under your truck and blow it on the fuel tanks and your oil pan. Get that oil going. When it's cold like that, that oil's like syrup. In some cases, as thick as dirt. That's one way. It takes a little bit while, because you're talking about, depending on how much fuel you have, you're talking about heating a lot of gallons of fuel and your oil, of course. The other way, the most common way, it sucks, but it's what you got to do, is you got to take the fuel filters off. Now, most trucks I've dealt with, like mine, the fuel filters are like oil filters. They're up underneath, they screw on and screw off. You got to take them off. Some have one, some have two, I have two. You got to take them off, dump about half of the fuel out of it, and put diesel 911 treatment in there. What that does is it breaks up the gel, turns it back into a liquid, so you can get everything flowing again. You put the fuel filters back in, put the other remaining diesel 911 in your tanks. Now Now it ain't gonna happen instantly. You gotta let it sit for a minute. Let the chemicals do the magic. And chances are, if your truck's that cold, it's not gonna start on its own. You probably need some kind of booster as far as a jump start. It ain't about the voltage. You look at your voltage meter, it'll say 12 volts. It's about the amps. And when it's cold, it needs a lot of amps. Give you an example, my truck today, I had a booster pack on it. I had a battery charger that had a 200 amp instant start on it. And I had jumper cables to my car on it. Now, it took all of them to get it to fire up. Your batteries, when it's that cold, just does not have the kick to get it going. So once you've changed out the filters, some people put new ones on. I just put new diesel 911 in mine. Good as gold. Save you a little money right there. You got the batteries hooked up to an extra source. You should be good and ready to go. Now you got to remember, the fuel, even through the lines, are still gelled. You can't get to all of it, so you're gonna have to crank it for a little bit. It ain't just gonna start right away. If it does, you get lucky. Oh, I forgot. Some trucks have above ground filter, and those are real easy to deal with. There's just a cap on top. You just unscrew it, pour some up in there, and you're good to go. Basically, it sucks. I've had to go to lengths as having my truck towed into a shop, put inside so it could thaw out because it'd be so cold. The heater wouldn't work. Diesel fuel was basically a solid at that point. But you got to do what you got to do to get back on the road. And in case you're thinking it's going to happen relatively quick, you pull the filters, put in the treatment, put the treatment in the tanks, you hook up a booster pack or a jumper cable, you're ready to fire up and hit the road. No, it doesn't happen that quick. To give you an example, today, on average, it took me 2 hours to get my buddy's truck going, and mine, because it's a bit older, took a little bit longer. It took about 3 hours. But don't give up, don't be disparaged. I have a Freightliner FLD with the Detroit 60, and one of the problems I had today was the line itself actually got clogged from the fuel pump to the fuel pump and from the fuel pump. So I actually had to take the sending line off the pump and crank it over to push some of that fuel out. Now, some people would say that's not the way to do it. You're just gonna make a mess and get fuel everywhere. You know, I'm not a litter bug or nothing, but I'm no tree hugger either. I'm doing what I need to do, and it's in my own damn driveway. I'm not worried about that. But anyway, plug the line back in and way to go. Before I let you go, the other thing. This one is important, and it's up to you if you want to use it. Most of the time, it'll get you back going. Even with the dead batteries. Ether. And most people who have driven trucks know about ether. You spray it into the intake, instant boom. Well, it's hard on the truck, hard on the equipment, whatever you're using to start, but sometimes it's all you got. The choice is up to you to use it or not. It's bad on motors as far as sometimes when you start, you'll hear it knocking right away. It's not fuel. It's basically bad for the motor. But always keep a can on you for that. To give give you the point on why I use it. Just starting my truck, the fuel pump itself does not have enough pressure. So it will not engage. It will not send fuel to the rail unless a certain RPM is reached. The only way to get to that RPM is to throw a little ether in there. It'll spin it up a little faster, kick in that bowl gear and make it go boom, you got fuel. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling now, but I just want to make a quick video for those who are kind of having a tough time. It's not the end of the world. You will get through it. It sucks. You're losing productive time. I lost out on a chunk of money today. But hey, that's life. You either take preventative steps to make sure you don't have moments like these, or you learn how to deal with those moments if they come. And you know, I'm gonna try to do some more self-help videos, take some of my mishaps, my failures, put them on video so that people can either learn from my mistake or learn from my achievements. And if you'd like to know more, it'll help me keep it going, help me get motivated to do this for you guys. You can hit like for the video, or you can hit dislike if you think it was no good. That's fine, I'm not judgmental. Or you can subscribe, and that way you'll get every one of my videos as I post them. I've been a mechanic for quite a few years. I race cars, I build my own motors. I've driven big truck now for 5 years. I own my own truck. I do all the work on it myself. I didn't go to school for this, so most of this I've learned hands-on. Sometimes on the side of the road, and it ain't fun, but either way, keep looking forward to my videos, and I will keep making them if there's interest. If not, I wish you guys the best. Have a good one.